Welcome to Envisioned Broadcasting Radio, EB Radio. EB Radio. Your station for empowerment presents Mom Boss Talk Radio, a show that brings real life, real moms, and real experiences to empower mom bosses everywhere to be ambitious, highly driven, fierce, fabulous, and fearless. Mom Boss Talk Radio begins now.
Welcome, mom bosses all over the world. It's another amazing Thursday, and that means it's time for another great discussion. I'm very excited. Thank you for joining. I am one of your hosts, Manyetta, and Jerisha should be joining us in future episodes, okay? Today, the topic. We're talking about not only social media, okay? And last time we talked about the resources you can utilize when it comes to social media. But today we're going to be talking about the gurus of social media, right? I wanted to bring this up because I've been just all over my feed. I've just been seeing a lot of individuals claiming to know the business and, be highly knowledgeable about, building brands and building businesses and starting from the bottom. Now we're here, right? And a lot of times people who are not knowing and not knowledgeable, who's starting from scratch, who's not really aware, come across these individuals, and what do? They give them money. They pay them to get them to the place that these individuals claim to be. And I feel like, as an entrepreneur, as your sister, I have to bring awareness to this. Everybody is not for you. Everybody is not going to do the best or do what's best for you. So we really have to open our eyes, and we really have to do our due diligence, and we have to really do our research when it comes to these, supposed quote unquote gurus who supposedly understands the business. Now, if you're not aware, a lot of times how the individuals make their money is by pretty much, selling you a dream. They're creating these, ebooks, or they're creating these supposed guidelines to be able to help you elevate to the next level, right? And some may be out here actually giving you what they say they're going to do. But a lot of people, as you know, as society, will definitely take advantage of those who are in dire need of, funds, who's trying to, change their goals and their ambitions, and trying to change their lives, all in all, trying to go into a new industry, right? Trying to either start their own business or whatever it is. They're taking advantage of, especially moms, especially moms who are, tight on money, who's trying to give their all to their kids, who's trying to find a way out. So what do? They target those who are not aware, and who's really trying to figure out or do anything just to get something, just to get ahead. All right. And I don't want you to fall for the nonsense. Do not fall for the smooth and, the visuals. It might look very aesthetically pleasing. It may look great. Okay. Don't fall for it. That's where you have to do your research. And for me, I follow a few individuals who I can say I've witnessed them grow from a small amount to a high amount. And I also you have to be observant. You have to, of course, I know it's hard sometimes to gauge if these people are, are on the up and up, and if they really are trying to help, you know, the masses or help their target audience to build a brand and build something sound for themselves, you have to really do your due diligence. You have to really observe them all the time. If there's somebody you're like, okay, they seem interesting, let me follow them. And if something's not adding up, and this is also too how you can notice if they're not on the up and up. If you follow them, they have like, let's say they have 500,000 followers, but their comments, they only get like 4 or 5 comments, or they only get like 15 likes. That's a problem. The ratio is so off. The ratio is off. Something's not given, because if you are someone who is supposed to be a professional social media, so-called guru, or someone who understands social media platforms and understand growth and understand the engagement and audience and all these things, why is it not reflecting on your page as well? Why are you not getting thousands of likes? Why are you not getting thousands or hundreds to thousands of comments? That's not bots, by the way. Like legitimate comments that looks like from a legitimate accounts. So that's one way I gauge it, is like, let me see if the numbers are matching what you claim. Also too, just watching, how they interact with anyone. Are they doing interviews? Are they actually giving you educational tips that's not like generic, right? What is it? Something like, you have to really look at them and it's like, okay, what's specific? Like, what are you giving me that's going to help me? And is it something that they can give you without you actually having to pay them money, that you can actually utilize to build your brand? Right? Because I've come across a plethora, just not even me following them, but just kind of, just doing my own research and looking through, and it's like, okay, like, who has great tips and tricks, and who's evolving and growing, and you know, um their brand really speaks for itself. And we don't want a whole bunch of fluff. We don't want a whole bunch of gimmicks, and we don't want, um we want as authentic as you can get, because nowadays on social media, you don't always get 100% authentic. You don't know, you're never going to know a person fully, because you don't know them. You only know what they put out. You only know what they are giving you, what they're saying to you. So we have to be self-aware, and we can still utilize social media as resources. But if you're going to follow someone, if you're going to connect yourself with someone, or even try to reach out to these people, you have to know what you're getting into. You don't want to go in there blind. You don't want to don't ever spend money right away, even at all. Okay, if you can get enough information to build your brand without having to spend money, do so. But there are some people who do sell things, like, if you know what they're selling is is basic, but they're selling it extremely too high, something's off. Okay, that should be a red flag. But you should definitely look into, just grabbing whatever tips and tricks you may feel may work for you. If not, just shop around with other people, or even just even if it's just watching your favorite content creators and just seeing what they do. And they don't necessarily have to be like, oh, I'm selling this, I'm selling that, I'm going to help you build your platform, da da da. No, they're just living their life, and they're just putting their content out. If you just watch them, and even looking at analytics and even doing research, because you're able to go onto Google, you're able to look at different trends, you're able to look at different trends, you're able to like just kind of see what's popular for your niche or for your industry, and you're able to utilize that to kind of progress. And I'm still learning. I'm still learning this. I've learned this and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Okay, from hashtags to, just all these different tools that you're able to in there, and it's constantly updating, right? For instance, I'm on YouTube. If you don't follow me on Yetta Lachelle, and my content will be surrounded around just I'm gonna try to do vlogs. I'm gonna try to do some content with fashion because that's the industry that I am in. Also, some other things. Just you see me as a person. You're gonna see me live my life as a person and see the things that I enjoy. But with that being said, me being on YouTube and playing around with their YouTube studio, the creator studio, seeing how the analytics work and seeing how everything kind of falls into place and can help you build, and also the sites that you can utilize to help you grow. You don't really need much from a lot of so-called social media gurus. You really don't, because you have the tools right in your hand. But if it's something that you're like not clear on, I'm pretty sure you can find that for free as well. If you're not clear on certain terminology, or if you're not clear on how certain things work, or how to like you're not sure how to kind of read certain graphs, or like understand, like for instance, like, okay, what's the best time to really post? And I've come to find out, I don't even think it's like the best time. I think it's just how many times you post. I think if you're posting constantly, you're going to just end up falling into the algorithm eventually, because of all the content that you're pushing out, regardless if it's not great content, if it's just like generic, simple, you're getting your name out there. That's what I'm learning, because a lot of a lot of people was saying, hey, you need to post on this time, this time, this time. But that's not, it doesn't work, because everybody lives in different time zones, different, it's just, it doesn't always correlate. It doesn't always work. So you have to be able to know when to kind of like look for the stuff yourself. And it's okay to find people that you like, okay, I think what they're saying is great. I think they have great tips and tricks to be able to grow and to evolve. But you have to also, let me just say that, you also have to do your due diligence and research accordingly. Don't let these people take your money or your time. Gosh, or your time, because you put a lot, time equals money. Okay, you put a lot of time and energy and money into someone that you trust, even though you don't really know them like that, but you put your all into somebody because you feel like they're genuine, and then they turn out to be just a scam. We don't want that for you. We do not want that for you at all. So I'm just trying to look out for the people, because I'm like, it's all up and down my timeline. People now, everybody is an expert. Everybody's an expert. No, you found an easy, quick way to make money. And that's through people trying to change their industries. That's through people trying to change, you know, their life situation by doing something completely different. And that is social media. Everyone knows social media, going on these platforms, can eventually help you and generate goodness words, generate some type of income for you. Even if it's not a lot, it's something, and something that could be um that can be like continuous for you. So people are taking advantage of people's situations of, either losing their jobs, or um just the economy itself, putting everybody in a bind. um Food prices, I can go on and on. Okay, it's crazy out in these streets, but people are literally taking advantage of people being naive and lost and stuck in their life at this point in time. It's not fair, it's not right. So what are we going to do? We're going to make sure that when we're doing our research or trying to find somebody to guide us in the right direction, but it's okay, because it's okay to find somebody to guide you. Everybody needs somebody to guide them. But I think the best way to find someone is networking in person versus following somebody online, because if you network in person, they can get you to the right places and stages. And especially if you find somebody who's got a small following and they're in your network, then you can ask them questions. Then you can connect and be able to be personable and build a formative relationship. And then they'll be able to help you and you can help them in whatever capacity that may be. That's what we need to do, is looking more local. But if you can't, and you feel that, and I'm also going to say this even for myself, if you aren't able to connect with anyone in your local area, and you feel like people online are doing so well, or you find that some people may be giving good information, just do what you need to do. Okay, do what you need to do. Do your due diligence, do your research, and make sure it's on the up and up, because you don't want your time wasted. Okay, you don't want to give your money to somebody that is just, playing you. We don't want to do that. It's too many so-called gurus out here nowadays. We don't want to do that. We do not want to do that at all. We already got enough on our plates. Okay, juggling, building businesses, being mothers, and all of these other things that society's titles gives us. We're doctors, we're nurses, we're all these things, we're teachers, just in the household alone. So yeah, I just want to let everybody know, give everybody the tea, like, hey, I'm looking out for y'all. I got y'all back. Okay, because a lot of people be getting burned by some of these gurus, giving giving money that they save just to try to build something. Even when it comes to building your brand and reaching out to people who are, because I've been seeing this a lot too, a lot of logo makers, a lot of people who can do now all of a sudden can do logos and do websites and stuff like that. Do you research on that too? Okay, I would not want to hire someone off of just Instagram because you see a few pictures on their page. I would try to utilize services like Upwork or Fiverr, because at least if they do a terrible job, you don't have to pay them. You pay them for the work that that you want it done. And if they don't do it, you just, the company will say, nope, not at all, because you didn't get what you were supposed to get, or what was promised, or what was discussed in those matters. So I advise y'all to, keep doing the great work that y'all doing. I just want to get on here and let you girls know, or anyone who's listening. Okay, I love you all. But I really do appreciate, and I'm happy that you tuned in. Okay, we are mom bosses on a mission to empower moms all over the world. So mom bosses, remember to be ambitious, highly driven, fierce, fabulous, and fearless. You are making moves. You got this.
Thank you for joining us on Mom Boss Talk Radio. Follow each of the Mom Bosses on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. If you love Mom Boss Radio, visit the website at www.envisionedbroadcasting.com. We'd love for you to subscribe, rate, and give a review on iTunes. Until next time.